Hello. Recently I uploaded a video that showed you my square foot bucket garden for this year. It's a downsized version of square foot bucket gardens I've had in previous years, but it's a square foot bucket garden nevertheless. Showed you the vegetables in that, and I'm going to cut you back to a clip from that shows you the vegetables I'm growing in that square foot bucket garden. Now this is a good news, bad news video update of that square foot bucket garden. The bad news is you're not going to see any onions this year coming from that square foot bucket garden, because the ones that were in there have bolted. Yeah, they've gone to seed and I've had to remove that bucket, so you're not going to see that. But what you are going to see in this video, near the end of the video, is me harvesting some beetroot from that square foot bucket garden. So we've got some beetroot across the finish line. You're also going to see, from a previous clip of video, some potatoes that I harvested from that square foot bucket garden. So we've got two vegetables across the finish line so far. We've got potatoes and we're going to get some beetroot, but we ain't going to get any onions. Hey, watch those clips of video, then I'll meet you outside. We'll harvest the beetroot. At the bottom left of the screen, we've got a bucket growing beetroot. There are 6 beetroot growing in that bucket. In the middle of the screen and at the bottom of your screen, we've got some celery growing in a bucket. And there are 4 heads of celery growing in that bucket. To the bottom right of the screen, we've got some carrots growing. I got those away a bit late. They should be further on than that, but it is what it is. Shall we skip to the left hand side of the screen again and go across that middle row? Yeah, let's do that. So on the left hand side of the screen, the middle row, I've got 4 leeks growing in that bucket. It'll never hold water. And in the middle of that row, we've got 4 Swedes growing in a bucket, variously called rutabaga. On the right hand end of that middle row, we've got 4 parsnips growing in that bucket. Let's shoot over to the left again. Okay, so the row furthest away from you, I've got 4 onions growing in that bucket. I've had to support those. You'll probably be able to see the supports. I hope you can see the supports, just because the wind was knocking them over. In the middle of that back row, and again I've had to support that, is a courgette, variously known as a zucchini. And on the right hand end of the back row, we've got a potato growing. And would you believe it, that potato is ready to be harvested. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove that bucket and I'm going to replace it with another bucket. And that's how easy it is when you're taking vegetables from a square bucket garden. You take the bucket, if you've got another bucket that's planted up, you replace it, you replenish the garden. This is the potato we're going to harvest. And this is a potato taking its place. Hey, how good is that? How good is that? And that's another advantage of square bucket gardening. Take what you want, replace it, you don't disturb anything else. Now this is only a 3 foot by 3 foot square bucket garden, because I've downsized. Yeah, I've downsized. I used to grow 4 by 4 square foot bucket gardens, and that had 16 buckets in the array. This only has 9. But as I've said, I've downsized. But what I will do, I'll give you a link at the end of the video that'll show you that bigger square foot bucket garden. Just work with the space you've got. That's all you can do. Don't go away just yet. we've got a potato reveal, haven't we? Yeah. And if we get much, we'll do a weighing. There you go, mate. Right, this is Eland. Eland's already flowered some weeks ago, so it should be ready. Whatever's in this bucket is what we're going to get. Leaving it any longer, we wouldn't get any more, I don't think. Right, let's turn this one out. Oh yes. I think I'll just put my gloves on. It looks a bit wet. Maybe just this bottom. Who knows? I think we've got a few. I'll just get rid of this bottom few inches because there's never anything in there. It just fills the butter. So we'll get rid of this. And now we should find some potatoes. Oh yes. Oh yeah. There's the skin off the old sweet potato. Right, Meg, hold on. Let's sort those potatoes out. Actually, it's not that wet. I'm taking those gloves off. I much prefer the feel of the soil actually than... I'm not keen on gloves. I'll bring those to the back of the batter. Here, Meg. Just touch you one for you. Here. Do you want it? There you go. Right. See what we've got here. Well, look, a nice potato. I'm guessing, but we're going to weigh them, but I'm guessing half a pound. Right, Meg, hold on. Just bring this to the back for you. There you go. Nice new potatoes, Eland. I'm guessing half a pound, but we'll get them on the scales and check them out anyway. Okay, so this was from one store-bought set-aside potato growing in a 10-inch cut flower water bucket. Now, you're never going to feed a football team out of these small buckets. You're not, doesn't matter how many you've got. You're never going to feed a football team. But what you are going to do is, you're going to grow your own vegetables. You're going to harvest your own vegetables and you're going to eat them fresh. Aren't you? That's got to be worth doing. Where are we at here? Wow. That's not far off a pound, is it? That's not far off a pound. Hey, we're okay with that. Quality wheat potatoes. Yeah. All edible. They'll go into the next meal that we make that requires some new potatoes, and that's likely to be over this weekend. So they're not going to last very long, are they? And just as well we didn't invite a football team for lunch. There won't be enough. These are the beetroot from the square foot bucket garden. I've had to tie the leaves up, they're all over the place. We've just had a storm pass through recently and it flattened them. So I've tied them up, but it allows you to see the beetroot better, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. One round there, can you see that one? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beetroot. Okay, so I can hear you say, hold on. There was 6 beetroot in that bucket. Yeah, well there still is. Let me show you the 2 that you can't see. There they are. That one and that one, and they just haven't developed. So what I'm hoping to do today is to take the 4 that have, leave the 2 that haven't, and put this bucket back into the square foot bucket garden. See if those 2 will develop. Does that sound like a plan? Well, it's what we're going to do. So shake it loose and let it fall. Let these leaves fall. There they go. Okay. And this was just a support I put in the middle just to keep these leaves tidy. As I say, we've had that storm through recently. Okay. Let's do this one first, huh? 1, 2, 3. 4. Right, I want to try and get them out without disturbing the 2 small ones if I can. I know these leaves are entangled, but if we take our time we should be able to pull it off. Yeah, there's our first one, our first beetroot. Now these are slightly bigger than a golf ball, to give you perspective. Let's have a look. Yeah, that guy's out. Put him down there. This guy, put him here. And those 2. Okay. Let's have a look at all 4 together. Come on, that's the result. This is a small water bucket, part of a square foot bucket garden. 4 lovely beetroot. Lovely, not a mark on them. They'll be gorgeous, I know they will. And these 2, well, these 2 live to fight another day, don't they? Because we're going to put this bucket back into that square foot bucket garden. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed making it. I don't know what else we might get from the square foot bucket garden this year. There's 1 or 2 things in there showing a bit of promise. 1 or 2 things in there not looking so good. But we've had the beetroot, we've had the potatoes, we've lost the onions. The square foot bucket garden lives to fight another day. If you've enjoyed this video, a thumbs up would be nice. You may want to share it actually with some of your social media friends. Yeah, that would be good if you did that. If you want to share it, a thumbs up and a share would be nice. If you're a subscriber, thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, you really should be. Click that bell notification icon. The next time we take a bucket from the square foot bucket garden, the next time we do a harvest, you'll see it. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.